Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today in person and on Facebook Live. We will now be conducting the monthly service for our founder, Ikiyami Konko Daijin-sama. Please join us in prayer. Officiating will be Reverend Yasuhiro Yano and me, Edna Sensei. 一両入り。Mediation Prayer, page 2. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Yano Konko Daijin, sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day. May we receive the mediation with all our hearts and souls on this blessed very moment. Ikiyami Konko Daijin-sama, Ikiyami Konko Daijin-sama, Ikiyami Konko Daijin-sama, Ikiyami Konko Daijin-sama. Purification Prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine parents. We acknowledge our mistakes, misunderstandings, arrogance, and ignorance of your divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and irreverences from past generations. Guide us to amend our way of living to reflect your divine will, with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Kami Prayer. Reverently we pray, the brilliance of heaven, the riches of earth. Time flows without cease, years pass without end. In heaven and earth is a light that nurtures all. In heaven and earth is a truth for us all. For this wondrous form, for these wondrous works, let us pray Kenshi Kane no Kami. Let us praise the divine parent of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity, all those who live between heaven and earth. To revere Kami as divine parent, to live in Kami's infinite blessings, this is the way. If many not knowing the way are lost in greed and selfishness, they suffer the cycle of misfortunes, great is Kami's sorrow. Our founding father, Konko Daijin, suffered many trials in this world, but held fast to faith and sincerity. Receive Kami's great blessings, and began a life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity. Humbly we pray, the divine parent's good wish was fulfilled. Konko Daijin accepted the call to mediation that leads to the mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By day he taught the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth, and he knew coming of night. By night he prayed for those who grieve, seeking salvation for all who suffered, and even at the dawning of day. The years passed and the world changed. He did not waver from his task, the divine task of mediation. Thus was given the sacred Tenchi Kakisuke, the guiding principle for daily life. The divine favor was thus renewed, and blessings flowed universally, establishing the way of eternal prosperity, the way of mediation of the Konko. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way, throughout the hardships of this world, through pain of body and soul. The way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to Kami, without regard for day or night, whether we are near or far. The way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For the being unaware of our favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pledge to mend our ways. Let us give our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to the life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us, we are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for true peace and the well-being of all people be fulfilled. Knowing how we pray, so we earnestly pray. We bow your heads in prayer.
Messiah prayer, monthly service, Wahiawa Konko Missions. Wahiawa Konko Missions, the life force, Tenchi Kaino Kami, Wahiawa Konko Missions, Wahiawa, yes, you have. We want to say for in prayer. We gather here today for monthly service for the Wahiawa Konko Life on this day, Friday 10, 2022. Through this service, we extend our sincere gratitude and acknowledgement of the divine word, contributions, and perpetual presence of Yano Konko Life, who has been sent to the world for the well-being of the entire humanity through the divine will, Tenchi Kaino Kami. We solemnly acknowledge the divine word, Tenchi Kaino Kami, revealed to humanity in 1873. Tenchi Kaino Kami stated, although people live between heaven and earth, they are aware of Kami's blessings, shrines, temples, and houses, all stand on Kami's realms. Without realizing this, people consult the days and directions, and disrespect to Kami. They suffer hardship due to the processes. Tenchi Kaino Kami has an Yano Konko Life to provide blessings and teaching so that mankind may prosper. Kami is Kami because of man, and man is man because of Kami. Both are fulfilled through this mutual relationship. Through the found Yano Konko Life, we have become united to the infinite blessing, the life of Tenchi Kaino Kami, and have enjoyed blessing in all aspects of our life. We extend our deep appreciation for the work of its mediation, for the well-being of humanity and a peaceful world. This divine function has been kept by the spiritual head of the Konkokyo organization in the last 163 years. This year marks the 8th anniversary of the founder Konko Rising, and also marks 139 years since his departure. We extend our prayers and appreciation for the professional services of transmediation by the 6th spiritual head, Reverend Hiromichi Konko. We pray for his good health and continued services. We also extend our thanks to the Minister who have dedicated their life in spread of Konko faith at many places throughout the world. The founding minister of this church, the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi, was initiated into the Konko faith and evolved to become Konko minister through the recent mediation of the Reverends Masayuki and Kiki Kodama, Konko Mission Honolulu, and dedicated in her missionary work in Wahiawa for 32 years since 1940. We extend our deep appreciation and heartfelt gratitude for enabling us to publish the operation of this church in the last 82 years. And through the divine guidance, arrangements, as well as the support and serve all the people who have ever established relationship to this global church and the care of all the Midama Spirit, the Konko Missions Wahiawa has come thus far. We sincerely ask the rightful in divine parent, get Konko Lighting, and Midama Spirit to continue to help and guide us in the practice of peace and further expression of the Konko peace in our life. We have been trying to be mindful of any elements of blessings of life for stingy kind of kind, and try to respond in our acknowledge and appreciation of blessing which we may take for granted, whether it is what we use, the food we enjoy, the air we breathe, the land we live on, the natural resources we utilize, the jobs we have, the families we appreciate, and all our normal body facts and abilities. All elements of life are possible through the grace and love and life for stingy kind. Thank you for blessings we have enjoyed in our personal and social life. We try to actualize the teachings of the life for stingy kind. You accept our presence here today, and many offerings, services, any forms, and prayers forwarded to you as tokens of our appreciation and deep gratitude for the blessings received. Let us remind ourselves that Konko Life is there to help us, aid us, and guide us to be able to deal with any encounter in life. Thank you for your extended habitual prayer. When people all the world pray to carry Konko Life with a sincere and simple heart, please fulfill whatever request they have. Please forgive our negligence and ignorance for the sustenance of blessing we may fail to recommend and appreciate, and reverence and offenses we might have committed, knowingly and unknowingly. It helps us to reform our hearts to be in line with the heart of the life of Tenchi Kaino. We earnestly pray the world peace and harmony will prevail through our acknowledgement of the divine message that states, no one is aware of the blessings of heaven and earth, which enable people to live. How shall our people become aware of the blessings of heaven and earth? They have a Konko life before the world, share the sunshine in every country without exception. We continue to extend our prayer to places throughout the world that have been experiencing hardship due to natural disasters, crime, poverty, famine, governance, pollution, and enemies. Dear life for Tenchi Kainokan, please allow us to be of service to you in helping others as our utmost expression. Thanks for the blessing we have enjoyed. We pray that the service is brought to one end.
喜怒哀楽 ンチ書きつけ page 6。
極み金光大臣天地神の神神に願いWahiawa心にあり今月の日で頼み Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day we pray. 極み金光大臣天地神の神神に願いWahiawa心にあり今月の日で頼み Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day we pray.
Adoration prayer. We lift our eyes and awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes and awe toward heaven soaring above. We bow our heads in prayer for earth much and deep. Living amid such gifts of Kami's great giving, how happy and grateful we are. The invitation of young Konko Missions does not stop for a single day. The protection of the divine parent embraces all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit to all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami. We honor the power of Kami. 金徳三時 page 29。
金徳仰ぎますれば天高く仰ぎますれば天高く拝みますればしは厚し神の恵みに生かさるるみの幸いとありがたき我が生き神の恩取りすぎ一人も隠る時のなく天地の神の御守りとは吉かきの隔てなし神に尽くしはよろずやにあまねく満ちて果てしなく計らいはくすしくて人の思いぞ及ばざる我ら今月今日やり祭りていたすらに神の御影をたたえますらん神の慰霊を仰ぎますらん
喜怒拝礼。喜怒拝礼。Nitama prayer, page 12. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you
give the gift of life in the vast and endless universe. You discharge your duties faithfully, each according to your span of years. You will be remembered eternally. Your lives recall from generation to generation. You left the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. Through the mysterious work of Kami and through the Konko faith, you walk the way of Konko Missions, respecting the will descendants.
Our
Gratitude
gratitude
is
is boundless
boundless
for
for
your
your
loving
loving
favors.
favors.
We
We
revere
bear
you
you
as
as
the
the
ancestral spirits of our homes, our own divine spirits. We beseech you stand by us, each and every one.
Receive the favor of Kami and help us to fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never lose the way of faith, that we hand it down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us.
息を吐いて一丁神殿。この日生きり境に恋拝さしと見るからその分に承知してくれ。外家業いたし農業で人が願いで呼びに来戻り、願いが過ぎまた農へでまたも呼びに来農業する間もなし、北人も町両方の差し支えに相なる。なんと家業をやめてくれぬか。その法42歳の年には病気で死も手を離し、心配いたし神仏に願いをかけで弁解いたし、その時死んだと思うて横を離して天地神が神を助けてくれ。家内もご気になったと思うてくれ。ご気よりましゅもの言われ相談もなり、子供を連れてぼとぼと農業をしよってくれ。この方のように実に丁寧神信心いたしよる事故が世間になんぼも難儀な氏子あり、問い次助けてやってくれ。神も助かり、氏子も立ち行く。氏子あっての神、神あっての氏子。繁盛いたし、すべて親にかかり、子にかかり、愛をかけようで立ち行く。70, the divine message received on November 15, 1859. With the completion of the sacred staff, I'll end your farming career. Please understand. When you are out farming, the person at home has to go out and call you whenever someone comes to give a request. And after you relay the request, you have to go back out again. You have to keep going in and out of the field. This gives you little time for farming, and the worshiper must also wait for you. Both you and the worshiper are being inconvenienced. Won't you stop farming? When you were gravely ill at 42, the doctor gave up hope. Everyone worried about you. You prayed to the kamis and Buddhas and were blessed with complete recovery. Regard this event as your death. Dispel all desires and assist Tenchi Kaino. Also, your wife should consider herself a widow. This is better than being a real widow, as she can still talk to you and discuss matters. She should take the children with her to do farm work. There are many people, like yourself, who have sincere faith in kami, but still have many problems. Help these people by performing mediation. This will help kami and save people. People exist because of kami, and kami exists because of people. Thus, kami supports people as kami's children, and people support kami as their parents. There will be eternal prosperity through Ayo Kakyo, mutual interdependence. Page 73. The Konko Faith Art Creed. We believe in Tenchi Kami no Kami, the divine parent of the universe. Our founder Konko Daiji embraced Kami's revelation and as divine mediator to answer the call to eternal mediation. Our continuing goal from moment to moment is to realize Kami within each of us. We are fulfilled through Kami. Kami is fulfilled through us. The happiness of everyone is Kami's greatest wish. Thanks for Kami's blessings, mysterious, wondrous, and mundane. Blessings begin with our own hearts, hearts filled with harmony and joy. We pray wholeheartedly to Kami, today and every day, trusting Kami as our loving parent, finding peace of mind. We live our faith in service to Kami, each other, and our world, nurturing and nurtured, mutually fulfilled. We revere those who have gone before us, spirits one with Kami, caring for us eternally. We respect and appreciate other paths taken by humanity toward spiritual fulfillment. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. For our monthly service for Ikiami Konko Daijin-sama, our founder, who has taught us many things and who has taught us how to live life in a more sustainable way, in a more better way, in a more appreciative and grateful way. So let's give thanks to Konko Daijin-sama. It seems like it's been a while since I've been over here, a long time, so I was kind of messing up on a Rikkyoshin, then I was having like a little pause there. But anyways, last week we had our garage sale, and we made the most money from that past garage sale. And it's really interesting because my husband Clayton was the one who kind of inspired me to hold a higher goal of what to make for the garage sale, right? So before I even met Clayton, like for a garage sale, I was like, I hope we at least have a $500 profit from the garage sale. And we would have about $500. If we're lucky, we had about $600. And that was good. You know, it was like we were happy with that. We were like, yes, today we made $600, yes. But then when I met Clayton, his goal was like, so I said $500, right? And Clayton's goal was like, 500? That's it? Let's do 1,000. And I was like, 1,000? I never had 1,000 before. But, oh well. Clayton said 1,000. So, lo and behold, we made $1,000 that time. From that time we wished $1,000, we made $1,000. And this time we had so much garage sale items that my goal this time was $2,000. Time so what? This time, let's make $2,000. We've never made $2,000 from garage sale. But I was like, hey, why not? Let's put it out into the universe. And lo and behold, we made, well, I added a little extra money in the end to even it out, to make it, put it in that bracket. We're very close though. We made about $2,000. So we made our goal. I'm so thankful. This is the most we ever made for our garage sale, and we're very thankful for everyone's support.
before and after, and we really want to thank Kami-sama for making the weather favorable, and a lot of people came by and bought lots of things, and many generous people who donated items and also money to for the church, and went towards for the fumigation. So really want to thank you. Anyways, just yesterday, the Konko Missions in Hawaii had a Zoom gathering on the topic of water, the blessed nature of water, and how to connect to Kami-sama with water. And I was, I'm part of the community, so I was kind of wondering how this is all going to turn out, because we're talking about something so regular, water. Wow, it's so normal and seemingly a boring topic to the normal person, right? But this is Konkokyo, and we have the ability to make even a boring topic like water into a great topic in discussion. And from the start of your day already, who here has not used water? Who didn't use water this morning? Raise your hand. Right? Everyone used water. So within the first hour of me waking up this morning, I used water several times. And today I was very mindful, because I was like, oh, I'm using water for this, and this, and this. And it's because of the discussion we had yesterday. I use it to wash my face, go to the bathroom, wash my hands after I use the bathroom, drink a glass of water to hydrate my dry mouth, give the cats a fresh bowl of water to wash the dishes after eating breakfast. And today my breakfast was strawberry, so I washed the strawberries with water. So, already I use water so much. Oh yeah, and to brush my teeth too. They just remind me. We do not realize how important water is until it stops running out of the faucet, right? Granted, you're able to pay the water bill, and the association does pay for the water bill. But water is so important. It makes up 70% of our bodies. I just found out this morning that the earth, our globe, is made up of 71% water. Oh. Interesting. Is it a coincidence? Yeah. When people die of illnesses, people think that it's the disease that killed them. But in reality, it's not usually the disease itself that kills the people. People die from the dehydration and the malnutrition that is part of the disease process, but not really the disease itself. So when people are no longer able to eat and drink because of their progression of illness, that's when they die. And there are many people in the hospital who have fluid restrictions. Like, we're not allowed to give this patient more than a liter of liquid every day. They're not allowed to drink any more than a liter of water per day, because their body has problems eliminating it. They drink, and then their body, they cannot take it out. They cannot pee it out. The kidneys cannot process it. And that's also a really scary thing. If what you drink doesn't come out, you will have problems. So when you drink water, drink with gratitude. And when you pee it out, be thankful for the normal body process. Because people think, oh, pee and elimination is such a dirty taboo subject. But it's important. It's liquid gold that's coming out of your body. If it doesn't come out, you die. Some people, they're thirsty, and that's your body telling you to put water in. It needs water. So you feel thirsty. Yet, they ignore that urge to drink water because they don't want to pee. They say, oh, no, drinking water is going to make me pee, so I don't want to drink. No, I'm not going to drink. And sometimes it's difficult because, for long car rides, and when there are no bathroom spots, we get thirsty because our body needs it. So if you're able to, drink that water. And know beforehand where the bathroom stops at. That's what I do. During yesterday's discussion and gathering on the topic of water, we also talked about ways to conserve water, because water is Kami-sama, and that's what Yano Sensei said. Water is Kami-sama, and we cannot live without this precious resource. If you think about it, so look in the ossuary. All these vegetables and fruits they need water. Even the plants that are, the flowers that are in these vases, if they don't have water, they can't survive. You take seeds and you put it in the ground in dry dirt, it won't grow if it were not for the water. Just add that water and it'll grow. It's such a interesting, amazing miracle fluid, just adding that. My husband, he does experiments with his second graders I guess they grow lima beans every year, and they put it in different cups. And like for one lima bean, I don't know if they add like soda or something. One is like vinegar. One is like regular water. And what else? Is that it? Something. Well, different liquids to try to make the lima bean grow. And oh man, they don't grow. Or orange juice is the last one. And it's like the one that kind of sort of grows better, like not better than water, of course not. Water was the best one. Okay, water was the one that grew the best. The one that kind of teeny sort of grew was the orange juice. The rest were too acidic. It just didn't grow. It cannot grow. So you could imagine, yeah, what these different liquids do to our body. Anyways, we should first think about appreciating the weather, like the rain that falls. You know, I was at work the other day, and it was raining. And in my heart, I was like, yes, it's raining, because, you know, I love the rain, and I love the gloomy weather. It's like nice, relaxing weather for me. But like some people, they hate it. And they're like, oh man, it's a terrible day outside. Or like, oh, it sucks that it's raining. How can you say that, you know? I mean, it's replenishing the water wells in Hawaii, and it's making all the plants all green and stuff. There's a severe drought on the mainland in California. And like the ponds and the rivers are drying up. And even on Maui, they have a drought, I heard. So don't complain about the weather. And I think we'll be doing Kami-sama a favor too. Be grateful whatever kind of weather we have. We're just being selfish because it's not a nice day for us because we want to go to the beach or something, yeah? But Kami-sama has a plan for us. When we wash dishes, we don't have to do the full stream faucet. Who blasts their water full stream to wash the dishes or to wash their hands? You know, people put it on full blast, and the water spraying all over the place, making your clothes wet too. You know, when I was at the Amagi Church doing my spiritual training there, I was washing a plate, and then the other shigyo, the trainees around me, they would scold me. They say, "Kazuko-chan, don't waste water. You don't have to have the water on full stream. You can make it be on like a smaller stream, and it'll still do its job." And actually did its job more efficiently because the water didn't fly all over the place. And any kind of resource, like the lights, even lights, if I'm not in the room and the light is on, I'll get busted. "Kazuko-chan, why are you leaving on that light?" This is Kami-sama's blessings. You have to treat it with respect and not waste the resources. And I was like, oh yeah. Even like the gas stove, when I was cooking things at Amagi Church. You know, if the gas kind of like, the flames kind of go off of the pot, I'll get busted for that. You're like, you don't need that much heat to heat a small pot like that. Turn the gas down. It's Kami-sama's blessings. It's Kami-sama's resources. Treat it with respect. And I really appreciate Amagi Church because they're very strict about it. And they'll tell me right then and there so I can fix the problem right away and not repeat it. I really like about Amagi Church. Sometimes we see leftover rice on people's plates and we just bite our tongue not to say anything. And we want to say, oh man, can you just eat some of that rice left? But Amagi Church, they hold the power to say it in your face right then and there. Amagi Church, they are amazing. So anyways, in big ways and small, because we are all humans, we make mistakes. And we can fix it. We can improve ourselves on it. We also commit irreverences by not using resources mindfully. We may be really good people, we treat people with respect, but we don't realize that we're wasting a lot of paper, we're wasting a lot of water, and wasting a lot of other resources. And in the eyes of Kami-sama, that is an irreverence that we should watch out for. We waste things because we live in such affluence. We live in America. In America, everything is big. We have everything of everything, you know. Costco size everything. So many places throughout the world, they can't conceive the idea of having clean, drinkable water coming out of their taps. They cannot imagine that, you know. We are very blessed, and especially in Hawaii, where we live, the water is so delicious. So other ways to save water is when we turn on the hot water for the shower. Sometimes the heater is far away, so it takes a while for the hot water to reach the shower. So one of the people yesterday who was listening in, She said she gets a 5-gallon bucket and collects the water and uses it to flush the toilet later on. And I thought, that's a good idea. And that's doable. That I can do that. Another person said that when they take a shower, they soap up first, and then they don't let the shower run and run and run and run and run. Because that's a lot of gallons of water, actually, that we don't realize that we are wasting. We may think that since we are paying for the water, we can use it at will and not even think about saving water, right? And there are people, I've heard that there are tenants from hell where they purposely let the water run throughout the whole house just to piss off the landlord. So the water bill goes up, right? So it pisses off the landlord. And there are people that do that, not realizing it's a blessing from Kami-sama. So in that way, they are committing a huge irreverence to Kami-sama. In other things, the older participants in yesterday's gathering were saying that water really helps to ease the joint pain and cramps. We may not realize this since we're young, but water itself is Kami-sama. It flows through our brains. It's swirling in our heads and it's cushioning our soft brains between the heart bone and here. Individual cells in our body need that water. Water is life. Without water, we just can't live. Humans cannot make a single drop of water out of nothing. We can't. When we went to California a couple of weeks ago, a bottle of water was so expensive. I couldn't believe it. Average was $5 for a little bottle of water. At the hotel, at the California Adventure Park, at the airport. I spent so much money on bottled water, and it's just several bottles of water. I could have probably bought several cases at Costco. I probably spent about $50 just on bottled water. It was crazy. And all I wanted was water. They got pretty expensive. So with that being said, please respect this resource called water. We use every day and we kind of take for granted. And use it with the understanding that water is Kami-sama. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you for joining today's service. Edna Sensei speaks everything we discussed at yesterday's gathering. And one thing I want to point out, Kami-sama wa, Mizu wa Kami-sama. This is a expression I found in the latest newsletter from Go Home, right? The translation of the article and introduced to you. But at first I thought, it's strange. What is Kami-sama? Kami-sama. But it really makes sense. Boy was a bigger rash of the body. His grandparent introduced. And when you take bath, think the bath water is Kami-sama. And then he accepted thought, and he received blessing actually in condition healed. So this is not my expect that introduced from the Konko Missions. Anyway, I want to introduce the speech I made yesterday. Yes, about 20 people and responded. 16 people responded to the gathering. So I want to show my thoughts. When I was an intermediate student, I was a participant in an English dictation contest, maybe 50 or 60 years ago. The contest was just to remember a short article in English, in textbook. I still remember the first word spoken by Helen Keller was W-A-D-E-R. What it could be very symbolic that the first word she could ever pronounce was water, since it is the most prevalent and essential element for sustainable or human life. Water could be very special for her, since she could not hear, see, or speak. But with the help of her teacher, she learned to pronounce the word water. Water is a big subject. There has been ongoing international forums, researches of different aspects, cultural traditions, religious usages and customs, and we simply use it for granted. One of our concerns would be our monthly water bill. Some people have been concerned about contaminating elements of water that may be in the very water we use every day. The theme today's yesterday meeting, the blessed nature of water, how to connect to Kami-sama through water can be very interesting. Last year in October, I traveled to Japan and stayed 3 weeks under the cumbersome and restrictive nature of pandemic by having to quarantine for 2 weeks at hotel near Narita International Airport. I went to Japan to attend the central anniversary of the church, Konko Church Iwatani. That could be my brother's church. While in Japan, I visited Go Home in Konko town. I greeted the 6th Konko-sama, the Reverend Hiramichi Konko, sitting at the Yokekai. When I'm at the headquarters, I always visit the water well. The water well was said to be having used by the founder. We regard the sacred water as Goshin-sui or holy water. Because of the pandemic, I saw the water drinking label was no longer there. It was probably taken away to prevent spread of the virus. The faucet was open for use. I filled my water in a bottle and began to rain. The same cool and delicious water from the sacred grounds of Go Home was actually served to the Reverend Masayuki Kodama, the founding minister of the Konko Mission Honolulu, who had been under some kind of medical treatment at hospital in 1973. In a booklet published by in commemoration of the 15th memorial of the late Reverend Masayuki Kodama, published in August of 1988, Reverend Kikuye Kodama, his wife, extended her thoughts. 3 months before my husband's departure due to terminal intestinal cancer, Masayuki Sensei made a pilgrimage to Go Home. One day before in departure, his passing, the Reverend Seigo Katsura, head minister of Konko Church, Kokura in Fukuoka, and daughter, Reverend Ryoko Katsura, came to visit Master Sensei at the hospital. They brought them with bottled water from Gohon and served it to him. Reverend Kodama responded and gave gratitude for the special water. The following day, he passed away. It would be virtually impossible to tell the difference between a glass of water is served at the hospital versus a glass of sacred water came from headquarters. But Reverend Kodama appreciated the overwhelming thought and prayers symbolically filled in the bottle of water by Reverend Katsura. It's not just the water from the sacred ground Gohonbu, but I believe that all forms of water can be regarded as sacred water. Water is Kamisama. The nature of water can be likened to the presence of Kamisama, that without water we simply do not exist. The founder Konko related, the light, the science and applause is a divine blessing. So too for the rain that falls. Kami lets all humans live amid divine blessing. People are born into divine blessings. We live amid divine blessings and die amid divine blessings. Quoted from the Kyoten Gorikai No. 2 Toshimori Shin. The short message from Kyoten Gorikai Konko tells us the basic life sustaining need. And convinced to respond to this given message is to practice faith. And Gohonbu and jar water and cooked rice is offered to the main sanctuary every morning in appreciation of our operational nature of water rice to sustain our given life. It offered every morning in coordination with the daily morning procession of Konko from his residence to the worship hall. We referred they place Goshin water and cooked rice. We refer to them as Goshin or sacred cooked rice and Goshin sacred water. Some dedicated believer place a glass of water and cooked rice at the house and found outside the following what the Konko Church does daily. By doing so, they try to appreciate these elements of blessings of life force, Kenji, Kairukami, in our daily living. Personally, I put about half a liter of water in a pot and added some Goshimai rice into the water and gently boil it to make soft water. Then I partake it as Goshin soup or sacred water and drink a cup of every single day. The late Reverend Kagamitaro Konko, the first Konko-sama, composed the signature verse. The original Japanese reads, 世話になるすべてに礼を言う心、平和を生み出す心と言わん。That can be translated into English as follows. Responding in gratitude for all elements that contribute to our life can also contribute to the preference of peace. This verse is totally applicable in our daily life. Personally, I remind myself as follows. 世話になるすべての水に礼を言う心。Responding gratitude for any elements of water in our daily life. When I wake up in the morning, I use the bathroom, wash my face, gargle my mouth, shave my face and brush my teeth, drink a glass of Goshin soup, drink coffee, eat breakfast, wash dishes, and cook the washing machine, take a bath, and so forth. It rains often. I still water the plant daily so they do not wilt in the afternoon sun. Every time I use water, I have to remind myself to say thank you. Without the water, we would not be able to sustain our life. It can be very heavy inconvenience. I want to challenge you to appreciate water in the many ways we use them in our daily life. I want to share with a legendary episode about the founder Konko Daishin gave to Matsuhei Katsu for your reference. After the founder finished giving teaching, he said to the person from Suo Province, I'm glad to see you, that you come to watch from afar. Suo is Yamaguchi province. I was deeply impressed by Konko-sama's divine virtue. Well, I was in awe. Konko-sama quietly went before the altar and clapped his hand in prayer. In a prompt revelation, though you think that water as bad, don't think so. Think of water as medicine. Then you won't have a stomach illness. Isonomi continued. Don't say that water is the cause of your stomach illness. Without water, you cannot live even for a day. What is the earth made from? It's made from water. So they say that a single ear of rice needs a little of water to grow. Be aware of the benefits of water. I feel so much gratitude. My body trembled when I bowed. Konko-sama returned to his critical meditation seat, returned to me with a smiling eyes and kindly told me, person from Suo, the dust of I being phony coming have been dispelled. This is good. I was so much in awe and felt so ashamed by Konko-sama's divine virtue, which could span across the nation, but I felt like crawling into a hole. Quoted from the Gorikai number 2, Katsura, Matsui, on the 7. This is my script of yesterday's gathering. I enjoy discussion, interacting, maybe discussion among just people. Usually we just Sensei give you message, no response from it. Then this whole kind of gathering, we exchange our thoughts for about 1 or 1. It really is a learning process. We can learn from this. Thank you very much for your attention. Yami Konko Daishin
Kaino Kamishi Wahiawa Koloniali Kongesko Nichide Taname Konko Daishin Kaino Kamishi Wahiawa Koloniali Kongesko Nichide Taname.
38. Second paragraph is the relationship between kami and kami.
ค่ะทั้ง
As the relationship between Kane no Kami and Bunji grew, Kane no Kami gave direct instructions regarding daily activities, but also began to reveal a purpose for the relationships. On September 23rd, 1858, Kane no Kami's deeper purpose became clear through a spiritual dialogue which took place between the deities Kane no Kami and Amaterasu Omikami. Kane no Kami asked Amaterasu Omikami, please give Bunji to me. To this, Amaterasu Omikami replied, okay, I will. Kane no Kami then said to Bunji, Bunji, since you are now with Kane no Kami, I'll make you my first disciple. Amaterasu Omikami then reconsidered, saying, Kane no Kami, although I said Bunji could be with you, I cannot comply, for no one else is like Bunji. In response, Kane no Kami insisted, once an agreement is made to
what does that mean?
renege.
Means you're like
How do you say that word?
Renege.
Renege?
Renege is
means you're
similar
back on your word.
to being untrustful. He should be with this kami. If you release Bunji, this kami will make no claim on Bunji's son Asakichi after he grows up and will have him visit Amaterasu Omikami's worship hall. Therefore, allow Bunji to be with me. Amaterasu Omikami reluctantly answered, okay, I'll give him to you. Rejoiced, Kane no Kami said, I am ready.
This dialogue between Kane no Kami and Amaterasu Omikami reveals a remarkable development for Bunji and is in sharp contrast to the nature of kamis as perceived by most people. During this time, it was believed that all Japanese people were descended from Amaterasu Omikami. Thus, with the revelation of Kane no Kami, Bunji realized a broader concept of kami. In addition, Bunji's designation as first disciple is an acknowledgement by Kane no Kami of their ongoing relationship. This new development and its significance can be seen in the statement by Bunji to one of his believers, Amaterasu Omikami is Japan's kami. Kane no Kami is not only Japan's kami, but a kami of the entire world.
Kane no Kami then gave words of assurance to Bunji and his family. Bunji, mother, and family members, this kami wants you to know that although Bunji has become a first disciple, Bunji will not be taken to another place. He will remain here and be taught at this house. You do not have to worry about anything.
This designation as the first disciple of Kami was a reflection of Bunji's faith development. The designation meant he not only received protection, but he also received special teachings from Kane no Kami and became one who would fulfill Kane no Kami's wishes.
As his first disciple, Kane no Kami told Bunji, practice this way throughout the autumn. Wake up in the morning, change into formal clothes, and go into the worship hall to pray. As soon as you have finished, have your wife bring your meal tray to the worship hall and eat there. After your meal, change your clothes and go out to the fields in bare feet. After waking up in the morning, Bunji dressed properly, prepared his mind, and focused his lifestyle to one centered around the worship hall. He incorporated faith training into his daily life so that he performed farming duties alongside his faith training. This required not only his effort but also the cooperation of his wife.
Thus, Bunji began daily spiritual training and faith practice as a perfect disciple while continuing to work as a farmer. The effort with the instructions given by Kami no Kami. By making prayer and worship the primary focus of his daily life, he gradually began to change his lifestyle to one where faith would be incorporated into every aspect of his life. This was no easy task for Bunji in the early stages of his new faith practice. He had to consciously redirect his focus as he transitioned from one activity to the next. In addition, he could not have succeeded without the support of Tosei, who, despite concerns about her husband's new activity, continued to help him.
In particular, Tosei expressed concern about Bunji going out in bare feet. In fact, she cautioned him about the impression he would make by walking in a barefoot in the heavy frost, and admonished him with the idea that people would be critical of focus on frosting. Please, with little time to even make sure some in response. Bunji suggested she follow with his son.
おはようございます。Good morning. ただいまから歌を歌わせていただきます。We're going to sing a song, 4 songs. So page 57, 新人の栄光からです。よろしくお願いいたします。はい。Kataもきれい。Ave筋は神の懐、人は皆神の愛し子。限りなき恵み With a heart caught up in doubt and worry, I face my life every morning, wanting to shine, but somehow holding back joy and fear dwell within my heart. And I know even one as small as I can run into someday and find a shining, shimmering, brilliant light glowing from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads up high. For we are all living in a world that embraces unity with its love, supported by the breath of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives. When I'm down and ready to surrender, when times are hard and it seems so dark, just know each day that I'm never on my own gives me strength and courage to try harder. Holding hands with my friends standing by my side, swinging arms together we will walk to shining, shimmering, brilliant light glowing from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads up high. For we are all living in a world that embraces unity with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads up high. For we are all living in a world that embraces unity with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives. ありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。Thank you. See you next time on Dino.
Wahiawa
Amen.
Arigatou gozaimashita. Thank you for joining us today. Just one reminder, on Sunday, July 24th, 9 o'clock a.m., we'll have our monthly memorial service, and we'll also have the back to school service in conjunction. So if you have any, if you know any students or teachers that you would like to pray, you can have them come and we'll pray for them to have a wonderful new school year. Thank you. Have a good week.